It's a great game to play in. And, certainly, we enjoy coming here whenever we can. I can tell you that our football team won a game tonight in a very sloppy fashion, and certainly penalties cost us. We turned the ball over. Even in the very end of the game, a running back running to score rather than to understand that the first down wins the game. He wins the game just by being tackled right there and having the ball, and we go victory formation. So the opportunity to close out victory and win in a convincing style, we weren't good enough for that today. Our football team understands that, and they're going to understand it again and again and again over the next week. So our guys enjoy being here, and certainly today it might seem a little far-fetched to return, but I think that certainly is what our team's looking at. So we lost Will Blackwell to injury right away, and he had a broken foot, and certainly affected some of our play. But he'll return, and we'll get another guy to step in there, and we'll be good enough there. So I really want to congratulate Patrick Peterson. He sets an all-time LSU record on kick returns, and was 9 yards, I'm told, shy of the NC2A record. So we expected him to be that kind of return man, and he is. So I suspect that it will be a different punting style that we'll see from this point forward. So I think the defense played well against the run. I think we put them on the ball, put them back in the game against the pass. Repeatedly. We got to snug up that underneath routes, and we have to mix the man in zone a little bit more effectively so that they don't just kind of take advantage of us there. But I think we got the guys there, and we played some young linebackers that played hard. Maybe even were in the wrong spot some of the time, but I think we'll get better. I think his team will improve from here. So it's a victory. It may not be one that you want to take a picture of and hold near and dear to you, but 8-10 years from now, it's still a victory, and let's see if we can tie up some more after this. So.
Part of the problem was a letdown in the second half there?
No, there was no letdown. There was no letdown at all. Maybe just a little bit too greedy. We in a position where we could just run the football, and we want to throw the football and move it down the field in bigger chunks. And we take penalties and put ourselves in different positions. So there were so many different times. If you look at the start of the game, if we just play efficient football, this game's not close. And so, really, and we're capable to do that. We just have to tie up some loose ends right now.
Coach Davis said that his team, depleted because of its depth, had guys playing way too many plays. For that kind of situation, for them to play so well in the second half and you guys have trouble, what is your thought about that?
Well, I think anytime you put a group of guys on the field for any length of time, certainly it's more difficult than not. I don't disagree with them in any way. I felt like the defense was put in the exact same position for us. I thought that their quarterback and the opportunity that they had to go down the field in the 2-minute drives were really enhanced by the fact that it was at the end of the game, and pass rush we'd been on the field a number of snaps. So,
Coach, the 97-yard touchdown you gave up, was there some young DBs in there that maybe?
I do not. I'm gonna off memory. I'm gonna say it was Mo Claiborne. It's off memory, and I'm not certain. But
young safety,
the deep safety. I'm not certain there as well. I can tell you this, that basically he caught him one-on-one, and there's a lot of green grass out there to cover, and it's, we gotta give him some help in the middle of the field, and we gotta shore up the end. We can't let that quarterback break contain and and go out there with an opportunity to make a deep throw. I mean, that's something that we'll certainly address. It's certainly something that we ran against in this game week too, as well.
Coach, how do you feel about Russell Shepard? 2 touchdowns in this game. Just talk about.
Yeah, we wish we'd have got him a little bit more into it the second half.
Yeah.
That was we're that's something that we need to kind of crank up a little bit more in the second half. It'd been nice that if that had been the start of a couple more touches.
So you want more carries or?
More carries, more receptions. So. I didn't hear you. Well, he certainly did some things well, and there were certainly some obvious mistakes that he made. I think he's improved. I don't know that this was the style of game that you saw it. He made a couple of throwaways that were intentional groundings, and got us in a position where we were out of field goal range. But some things that that he can fix.
Coach, you say you want to get back to playing LSU style of football. How do you assess the running game after the?
Well, if we don't turn the ball over, if we don't have 3 fumbles, I think it makes it a much different day. When you turn the football over like that, it's just and penalties seem like they're for a while that we grind out a first down and we get a holding penalty and they back it up. So those miscues are something we can fix, or we have to fix in either event.
Coach, what was Peterson doing right in those returns?
He has great vision, great ball skills, and great speed, and he'll do some of those things right again. He's like I say, he's pretty special.
Coach, what was the discussion in personnel before Carolina's onside kick? You know they were going to kick onside?
Yeah. Well, we didn't know that they were going to kick onside, but we certainly suspected that they would. And the issue always is late in the game is, does your opponent decide to kick it deep and then therefore play defense, or does he go for the onside kick with 2 minutes to go, or does he want to go down there and play defense? It's really depends on the strategy that they employ. I can tell you this, just off vision, and I don't question the call, but it appeared to me that there was blocking in advance of the ball. So, I was hopeful that the instant replay may well have returned the ball to us, but that wasn't the case, and certainly that made for a very exciting finish.
So Alfred Blue is on your hands team, recover the onside kick?
No. We did not recover the onside kick.
But I'm saying he was put out there for that.
Absolutely.
Can you talk a little bit about Patrick's playing the secondary?
Well, it's interesting. It appeared to me that he played pretty well in the secondary. I know that they made a great play on him and into the boundary late in the game. But I think my view, of his play was that he wasn't tested a lot except for about that play, and it appeared to me that his contribution was very, very significant in special teams.
Coach, there seemed to be a tremendous reduction in the tempo of the game starting in the second half, particularly in regard with offensive play calling, almost to the point where one could argue that it seemed like your coordinators were almost trying to sit on the lead. And I'd like to hear your thoughts on that.
Well, it's interesting. We reduction in play calling. I don't know if reduction in play calling is
reduction in tempo.
In tempo. Well, when you get first downs, the tempo goes fast. When you get penalties and they stop you or you turn the ball over, it certainly changes the tempo. And I don't.
You don't think it's something you're going to have to revisit with your coordinators?
Well, I think we always revisit, week in and week out calls and situations, and certainly this will be one that we'll review as well. It's we want to do the things that we can do at that spot. Although I can tell you this, there were 2 first downs that the line got called for holding, and I just, frankly, I don't know how you blame the coordinator for that.